Hello. With the release of GPT-5 and the agent mode in ChatGPT a bit earlier this year, we've decided to do a new test at Hause Collective, which is basically a drawing test. So every time a new version of an agent, like in this case ChatGPT agent mode, or a new OpenAI model or some other model that's also connected to an agent, we'll basically do a drawing test where we have the agent control a visual drawing interface, similar to like the retro Microsoft Paint, and basically have the model draw a house with a sky and a car in the driveway, just to see how the models progress and how they hopefully continuously become better and better at controlling visual interfaces and keeping track of what it's doing and like using the right tools, the right colors, drawing the right shapes, and so on. Before we dive into the GPT-5 agent mode, quick shout out to Perfect.codes. It's a platform for vibe coders who use AI tools to build stuff but occasionally need help with bugs or roadblocks. Perfect.codes connects you with a tech expert to sort it out via video, audio, or chat. You can get instant help or schedule a session for later, and it works across all major AI platforms also covered on this channel, such as Cursor, Claude, Replit, Lovable, and more. Even if you're an experienced developer, it's handy for those times when you just need an extra pair of eyes. It's designed to complement your workflow by providing quick access to expertise without interrupting your momentum. This makes it a solid option for anyone pushing the boundaries with AI-assisted coding. Link is in the description. Now back to the GPT-5 drawing test. I think that's a pretty good test to see like how does it actually improve. I know it seems like a simple test, but it's actually quite sophisticated for an AI to be able to use all the right tools to actually draw something. And if it can do that, I believe it can also control more advanced things like a video editor program or Figma or things like that. So I think it's quite interesting to see now how good GPT-5 is to sort of set the baseline, and then hopefully every time a new agentic, like general agentic tool that can control any kind of interface on your in a browser, for instance, every time a new version of something like that is released, we'll do the same test, give a similar prompt, and then see hopefully that the drawings get better and better over time. So I think that's quite an interesting experiment. So let's get started. So let's try to say something like, please open, and I have this JS Paint.app, which is essentially just like Microsoft Paint, web-based version of this old school Microsoft Paint. So we ask the agent to open JS Paint.app and draw a house with skies and sun and a car in the driveway. So let's try something like that. So we ask the agent to open this app and then draw the house with skies and sun and a car in the driveway. Let's do this. And if you haven't tried the agent mode before, it basically spins up like an instance of a computer where it can use browser and different other tools to basically control an interface. Okay, so let's see what it does. So it's waiting for the page to load. Oh, it's blocked. Oh. That's strange. Okay. I don't know why it was blocked, but then it just starts searching for an alternative. So so it's found this other app, Paints. Okay. This one seems to load. Okay, so now it's asking for permission. Okay, we just say, yes, you can use the alternative. Okay. See, I'm not sure why that app was blocked. Okay. So not the real Microsoft Paint, but it's definitely a Paint-like application. Okay, so it chooses the drawing tool to create a scene with a house. Okay. and it wants to fill the sky. Okay. So it creates a okay, so it creates actually a rectangle. I guess it wants that to become the sky. And then it wants to fill that rectangle. So I know when you look at it, it seems kind of dumb, like it's spending a lot of time figuring out each step. But I really don't care about how long it takes if it's accurate, because then I can just leave it overnight and it'll just do my work. But it has to be accurate, and you have to trust that it doesn't suddenly like delete your entire workspace or something like that. So I care more about, in this case, I care more about accuracy than speed, because you can always eventually spin up multiple instances of like agent workers, and they can all work on different tasks and so on. So let's see. Okay, but at least it's trying to fill out the rectangle with the blue sky. I mean, it's not that much. It's not the most consistent sky, I would say, but it's blue nonetheless. I mean, so far I would say it's better than before GPT-5. Whether that's luck or if it's actually because GPT-5 is also better at controlling the agent, I'm not sure. But it's better. Like maybe, yeah. If so far at least, if before if it was like a 3-year-old, I would say it's like gone up to maybe a 5-year-old or something now. Which is definitely improvement, but I probably want it to be more like at a higher level before I dare to let it control like my accounting software or something like that. And now it's working on the car. And then it crashed. Oh, okay. So, okay, so it says that it's completed it, and it has the image. Oh, cool. So it actually took a screenshot of the finished image and delivered it. So, I mean, I don't know if I want to analyze this, but we definitely have a somewhat complete sky, like almost with some holes. I don't know if these are supposed to be clouds. Very, very linear clouds, but sure. We have a sun, we have a house with a red roof, half a door, half a window, and a part of like grass. And then we have some kind of vehicle, I would say, in the driveway. So yeah, it's better. It's definitely better than before, and I think and of course it's way better at controlling web apps that are more click based, where you just need to input information. But I still think this drawing test is really good, because it really shows sort of the level of intelligence in terms of the visual inputs that the model get, and also how to quickly analyze this input and convert it into actionable steps, like with moving the cursor and inputting data and so on. Because in a way, like controlling visual interfaces is really what takes a lot of time now. We have AI, but a lot of stuff still takes a lot of time simply because like humans are pretty slow at like controlling a cursor, controlling a mouse. Like it's a really slow mode of input. So the more AI can take over these sort of control of visual interfaces, the more efficient we can also become. So I'm really excited about this and see how, like, hopefully soon that we will have way more advanced models that can really sort of nail controlling visual interfaces. So we can just like have an agentic AI control apps like, I don't know, Webflow or anything you can really, like Figma, anything you can really imagine that takes a lot of time because you have to click a lot, you have to drag the mouse around and so on. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah, I would say this is progress, still not so far from perfect, but it's definitely way better than it was previously. So yeah. Thank you for watching the video, and stay tuned for the next version of the house drawing test, which we'll do whenever there's a new model that can control and general agent, like agentic platform, or there's a new version of ChatGPT agent or something like that. Then we'll see hopefully how these drawings improve over time. As I said, I think it's quite an interesting test that can really show the capabilities of these models. So stay tuned and see you soon. Have a great day. Bye bye.